It was pretty exciting. All right, now I think this is exciting. So we'll go on a field trip. Oh, it's gonna be the best. It was pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure everyone's muted. Now I've just gotta think about the sites I like to go to. I want to make sure that I'm going to
Tina, are you recording?
I am. I'm streaming now, so we'll have it lined up here. There we go. All right. Let me share the screen so that you can see what I'm looking at. So this is one of my favorite websites to go to, PDF Minstrel. You can see up here we've got standard ukulele PDFs. TriTab. Have you guys ever heard of TriTab before? Let me show you. Okay. So if it's TriTab, I'll just grab, I don't know, this one here. It's typically written with tablature just on 3 strings. Therefore, you can play it on a high or low tuned ukulele or your baritone, whatever. See that? See that 4th string, there's nothing on it. I really enjoy the tabs from this website. They're typically really well written, really nicely done. Now let's take a look down over here so I'm looking on the right hand side of the page. So there's standard ukulele, bluegrass, Celtic, right? There's the tri-tab ones I talked about, Christmas ones. Look at down this guitarlele, classical guitar. So I've used this site a lot. Oh, Debbie Corn, take a look. Harmonica PDFs. Oh my gosh.
Tina?
Yes.
It's Diane. I'm trying to find that right now on my computer, but if I put TriTab tab ukulele, it won't reach the site. So what would the official name of that site be?
The official name, let me take you back so you can see what, actually, if you go to PDF Minstrel, is what you want. Let's see now. So do you still see my screen there, you guys? Where it's white? So I did a search for PDF Minstrel ukulele. Okay. I'll just leave this up on the screen for a minute so you guys can take a look. And then the first one that came up, pdfminstrel.wordpress.com. Love this site. So much fun. You guys all look kind of busy with taking notes still, so I'm just going to leave it there for another second. And then I'll show you the other one.
Excuse me.
Yep.
This is Paula. What's the significance of just the 3 strings versus the 4?
So the significance would be that you can take it and it's almost like a chameleon set of tabs, because you can play it on your low or high tuned ukulele, on your baritone, on your guitar.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the significance of it.
Okay, it's really the tuning of that G string.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. There's some lovely pieces that are on here, and then let's take a look. Let's just. Okay, so we got that one, nice and simple and straightforward. You can see it's written, in standard notation and tablature. And they always tell you, right? Like that one's for the high G, so you can go through, shop around and see exactly what you'd like. Well, that one looks a little busier. Still high G. I have faith that you guys could play most of the stuff on this page, on this website, which is kind of nice. And so what he's got, just see this one here that I've highlighted, second one from the top on the left-hand side, grade 1. So that's like a classical guitar deal, right? So grade 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll give you all different levels of difficulty. Grade 1. Almost looks like my level 1 or 2 when I give you guys music, right? And then it starts to get trickier and trickier as you go. So same sort of idea. You can go through this website and take a look, find the grade 1 or 2 stuff, and then move up from there. Let's grab this grade 4. Looks kind of busy, but you just go through it. Take it a little bit at a time, right? I really enjoy that website. Now, I've got to stop sharing. And have you guys got you guys have all got the website listed down now, right? Yeah, right on. Most excellent. All right, let me check in the chat here. There's some. Oh yes, Bytown Ukulele. I love that site. Now let me take you to. Okay, here's the other one. Now I'm going to. All right, next one. fingerstyle-rules.de/ukulele-tabs.
I'm just taking screenshots for anybody that's trying to write them down. They might have an iPad, they can screenshot it.
Perfect, hey? This guy does an amazing job with his arrangements. And you can see, like the other one, there's music for ukulele as well as guitar. I don't see any harmonica on here, though. I don't know. Let's scroll down a little bit here. All right, so the first song we've got is Africa by Toto. I like how it's lined up here. It's really pretty clearly organized, right? You've got your tuning, skill level, and then link to the tab. Reentrant tuning is the high G tuning. Okay. And like I say, his arrangements they're really lovely too. Some are really simple, and then you can just add to it, right? Do your own thing with it. Well, let's take a look at one, shall we? Oh, let's take a look at the first one. Like that, the link, hear the drums. All right, so then you go there, get your PDF. Boom. This one looks like a fun one. I might play it later. So typically his music doesn't have any standard notation on it, but the rhythm is all indicated under there. This one looks like a little bit of a busy one. Looks like fun. Okay, let's go back. Let's find something else that's easy. Okay, so that was a difficult one. Let's take a look at, well, how about the next one? This is nice too, right? So in this one, he's got a bit of an introduction about how he likes to play it. We're going to skip that right now and just take a look at the music. Hey, That one looks pretty straightforward. Look at that, the mighty C6. Love that C6, right? So these, oops, do you see the lines there on top? Those little, arcs there? So those are tied notes, right? So these are the two websites that I go to a lot, right? Like if I'm looking for some music, I usually will go to one or the other. There's other ones too, right? Like Bytown Ukulele's great. But for just straight out instrumental stuff, like just fingerstyle, I go to those two a lot. No. This is kind of weird. Now I've stopped sharing, right? And for some reason, normally I just see myself. It's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, so does anybody have any other suggestions of websites where they like to go to for fingerstyle music?
Oz Kabaz, for those who want to strum, is good as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you can change the chord on his to suit what you want. And you can also edit it to your needs.
Yeah.
Jim's songbook, I think. If you do Jim's songbook, it takes you right there.
I think I've got it here. There, Jim's songs. So does anyone else use Osbacause? I know I go there.
Yes, I use it a lot, just for finding strumming.
Oh yeah.
And you can make corrections because sometimes they're needed.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean, on his site, you can make corrections, or you can send your own if you want. I've never done that, but
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll transpose in the key you want. And then you create a new, you can choose to either use the one he has or create a new one. And you download it. You have it all.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm playing with Imagine right now. There we go. That's neat, hey?
It's good for when I would do jams down here in Mesa.
Mm-hmm.
Started using that for the last time I was down here because they just say, okay, in the key of G or the key of B or whatever. And I'm like, oh, great. What notes go with that? What chords are they?
Yeah,
And
right.
if you're on Wi-Fi, you can just quickly look it up and switch it over and start playing halfway through the song because you had to do that. But
Oh yeah.
I have one. It's CAPOTASTO music.com. He has music for guitar, ukulele recorders, ukulele tabs,
Oh.
lots of classical.
Do you guys still see that screen? Am I still sharing it for you?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Look at that. Well, that's really neat, hey?
So what's the address on this one again?
capotastomusic.com. CAPOTASTO music.com. Right on. Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Nice. This is exciting. Field trips are the best. Does anyone else have any websites that they go to? No? Okay. Well, this is good though, because we've got a lot more resources now. This is awesome.
Thanks. That's great.
Yeah, this is fun. Oh, oh, field trips. Love them. That's cool. All right, now we have to be all serious. It's time for scales. Not a whole bunch of scales because our field trip took a little while. Let's do the C major scale on one string. Let's horse around with it that way. Now what I'll do is I'll play through it once. Play through it once and then I'll share the screen, okay? So all on one string. So our frets are going to be 0, 4, 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 4 plucks per note. Sorry, just going to move my camera here. And I'm going to go like this. Okay, so I'm going to do that tremolando scale. All right, so 0, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, second fret, 4th fret, 2, 3, 4 position change. See that? I went from here, went up to my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7th fret, 9th fret, and 11, 12. Back to 11. Oh, hello, Finn. 7, then 5, 4, 2, open. I hear you, Finn. I see you. Yes, I see you. Hi, how are you? Do you want to come up and say hi? Do you? Yeah, okay, hang on. Finn has to say hi. Otherwise, we're going to hear about it. Come here. Come here, little guy. Oh, my great big baby. Yes. Oh, my great big baby. Say hello. What you put? He's getting a haircut next week. Yeah. I know. Oh, is it Snuggles? Yeah. I know you love the Snuggles, don't you?
He's really grown. I saw him at the camp, the ukulele camp.
He's gotten, I think he's about the height he's going to be now. He did fill out quite a bit since we got him. He was so when we got him, and he's so cute. He's still, he gets along really well with the younger cat, Nico. But the older one, nope, not a chance. Not right now, anyway. They can be close to each other, but that's about it. All right, so I'm looking at the C major scale on one string, and it's this one right here. So let's play through it again, okay? And so I used my index and middle fingers, but you choose what you're going to use. If you're comfortable, hold up your fingers and show me the picking that you're going to be using. Thumb and index finger, the two, okay, yeah, or bunny ears, or maybe you're going to play around with the ring and the middle finger. Yeah, okay, good, let's do it. So 4 per. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2nd fret, 4th fret, up to 5, 7, here comes 9, and 11, here comes 12, back to 11, here comes 9, good, 7, 5, 4, 2, and open. I like like hitting the C chord at the end of there too. We're doing a quick warm up on our fingers so that we can run through the stuff that we've got today. Last thing to do with this C scale, let's play around with it a little bit. Let me show you. So you play your C scale, and let's hit the first string open. Oops, hang on here. I'm in a weird position the way I'm holding up my ukulele. All right, so third string, first string, and then second fret, still first string. Fourth fret, see how I'm teeter-tottering back and forth? I play the scale, first string open. Seven, open, 7, open, 9, open, 9. So always after one of the scale notes, I play my first string open. Okay, so what I'm going to do is share that screen again so that you've got that sitting there. So I play that, and then I go up and I play my first string open, and then I just repeat that. Okay. So let's try it. And I'm going to use my thumb and my index finger and rock back and forth. Thumb's going to stay on my third string, index finger's going to stay on my first string. Maybe you want to use your middle finger on the first string. You know, whatever feels okay for you. Okay, here we go. I'll count to 4, and then we'll go for it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, first string, open, first string. Now second fret, first string open, second fret. Okay, now the 4th fret, right on. Okay, up to 5. And 7. Yeah, cool. Okay, here comes 9. And 11. 12. Back down to 11. And 9. 7. 5. 4. 2. Open. Oh, I love the melting sound of that scale being played descending. Oh, sorry. Lined myself up probably. I could probably just sit and play that sort of stuff. Oh, actually I do. I play that for hours. I love that sound. So play around with your scale like that. The other thing that's going to happen when you do that, remember how when I went to play it, I was like, oh, my position's not so good. I got to fix it. It helps you, right? Like you've got to make sure your hand is arched out of the way of that first string. So you get a little bit more precision. Right? So just be aware of the hand position change that you may need to do that. Just twiddling back and forth. Okay, it's another nice way to do a quick little warm up, and it sounds kind of neat, right? All right, so I spent time this morning and I took Red River Valley and I tried to notate everything that we've added to it. I don't think I got everything, but we'll see what we can do with this. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'll just play through it right now, actually, the way it's written. Because what I wanted to show you guys, well, that's weird. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I added in an intro and it surprised me. There was stuff in there that I'd forgotten. All right, I'll play it first so you can hear it. So I've added in an intro, and interestingly enough, after we talked about tri-tab stuff, you'll see that the intro, I've just got 3 strings. Okay. And you can play with 3 fingers like that, or thumb and index finger, whichever. Okay. So I play my G, and then I play strings 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. Then I go to my C. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3. I just did a little D. Double stop. So this isn't written down on anything yet. This is what I did this morning. I've added in some bass notes in there. And the spots where notes ring out, I added in little bits of chords. And fancy ending. All right, so now we're going to take a look at that music. I haven't put it up on the website yet. I didn't have time, but I'm going to put that up right after the lesson today. Okay. So a lot of it will look the same. But what I've done is I have gone through and I have made official the hammer-ons so that you can see what they look like. I'll make it bigger so we can really get a good look at it, okay? Is that too big for your screens? No? Okay. So every spot that I have, that we've talked about adding in hammer-ons, I tried to notate it so that you could see it in here and see what it looks like. Because sometimes you look at this stuff, this sheet music, and you're like, what is that? Right? In this case, all the ones I've highlighted, those are those hammer-ons that we've played around with and added right in on the beat. So even though like this open, whoops, right at the beginning of that third line that you see, we've got that little tiny open. So that's that hammer-on. Often these are referred to as grace notes. Okay? So they don't get a whole bunch of their own time. Still lands on the beat, even though it's written in front of. That's just to notate it. So that's where I went. Okay, so boom, just that. That's all that is there. What else? Okay, so we've got these other hammer-ons in here. And it's just the same thing, right, to that second fret. And then here on that fourth line, I've added in the slide. So there's that little line going up to the 5. That's your indicating that you're sliding up from below. And remember, I typically do from a couple frets away. Now I'm just going to scroll down a little bit, and what I'm going to do is go through and highlight all those little spots just so you can see them and see that it's the same thing. And the H above these guys that I'm highlighting, that just means hammer-on. Okay. There's that other slide there. Now I did add a little bit of accompanying kind of filler notes, right? So that's extra little bits that I tossed in. Remember how I was saying that you've got those 2 bars or those 2 beats of music to play around with? These are just some ideas that I put in there, ways to fill up the notes a little bit. And scrolling down a little bit more. Another little hammer on there. So I'm just going to highlight them all as I go, but I wanted you guys to see that highlighting. Okay, now Those are things that we've played around with before. We're going to go through it all, but let's take a look at the fancy ending I wrote. Okay, it's just a G arpeggio. It's just a broken chord going up the frets and back down. And you do it at your own time, right? And this is optional. Okay, so I'm going to play that. I better stop highlighting stuff here. Okay, so I'm going to start on the open. Okay, and I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to make my G chord shape. 2, 3, 2, and then I'm just going to shift up to 5. A little glissando, maybe up to 10, and then when I feel ready, I'm just going to hit that 3. I might hit that 3. I might also just hit my 4th string open, because 4th string open is also a G. And there's other spots on the fretboard to find these notes. I just lined it up like that. All right, so let's try that again. Right at the beginning of that little fancy ending, that little G arpeggio, we'll just take our time. 1, 2, make your G chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and slow. 2, 3, 2, up to 5, 10. Wait until you're darn good and ready, and then play the 3. Or your 4th string open. Take a minute, play around with it. And I hold that 10. Oh, I did a wiggle on the 3. You guys remember how to do that little wiggle? Yeah, little vibrato. Okay, so fancy endings are optional, right? Now, hang on, I'm going to scroll to the top here. This is the intro that I did up. Okay, and it goes right to melody comes in right here. Okay, so that's to kind of realign ourselves. So I made my G chord, that first bar, and I just did a 3-string G chord. So let's try it. And then we'll just take our time picking through it. So G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we go. G, and strings are 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, C chord, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, D chord. And that's where I did a pluck of strings 2 and 1, and then 2 by itself. And then I made a little chunk of my D7 chord, so I'm right here. So strings are nothing on the 4th string, 3rd string open, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, 1st string open. And then I pluck strings 1 and 2, then 3rd string. And now I go back to my G, and I just pluck the 3rd string twice to kind of get myself ready. And then the melody comes in. 2, 3, now we're on the 3rd line with that little hammer on. And hammer on again if you want. These are all optional, right? 2. Now I'm right here. And this is where I've added in some filler notes. Okay, so I'm going to start that bar again. 3, boom, boom. Okay, 2, 3, scrolling up. So it's just a walk through what I'm doing here. Okay, now right here on bar 7, 3, 4. Slide up to 5. This is new. Little pull off from 2 to open. Okay, try that. And then D7. I added in these little bits just to fill up those 2 beats where there wasn't anything going on. Basically, it's just 2 plucks of something of your D7 chord. And then slide. Next line with the hammer on. A little chunk of your G chord there. Hammer on. C. Now I'm looking here with those filler notes again. And I'm going to scroll up. And this is where I did get rid of the bass notes I'm not really sure why anymore, except just to make it easier for our fingering, I think. 2, 3 under the D7, hammer on, under the G first ending, filler notes, 2, oh, and then it starts over again, 2, 3, but I gotta scroll, hang on, I'm trying to keep it big enough to see easily here. Okay, so top line there, here we go, 3 and 4, and hammer on, oh, hammer on, filler notes of 2, oh, end of that line, line 2, slide, 3, optional pull off, D7, sliding up to 5, line 3, a little bit of the 3 chord. Okay, here comes a slide under C, filler notes, bottom line with your D, 2, 3, D7, hammer on. So a lot of this stuff you guys have been playing over the weeks, right? But it's just notated now, and you start looking at it, looks kind of busy, right? This here is proof that you guys can play a lot of different stuff if you take your time, right? Okay, enough ranting. Let's take it from bar 9 here, okay? And we'll go to our second ending, okay? Here we go. 3, 4, hammer on. 2, oh, a little bit of your G chord. Under the C. Filler notes. Oh, oh, next line under the D. 2, 3, D7. Hammer on. Second ending. Sit there on your G chord. Catch your breath. Ready for your fancy ending? Here we go. Stay in your 10. Well, let's hit that open. Or third fret. So what I did there, nice vibrato, Barb. I saw that. No, I didn't hear you. I just saw you. And it was really good. Awesome. Sorry, I made you jump. Sorry.
That's because my husband's talking. And if you heard me, I thought you heard him too. I was like, oh,
No,
thanks.
just always watching. That's me, always watching. How is it feeling? I'm going to leave it on the screen so we can talk about it, because like I say, I didn't put it up on the website yet. The intro, let's scroll back to the intro part.
I have trouble doing the when there's 4 strings. So the G, the 230, 2320. I have trouble plucking them. I hear more of the low G than anything else.
Like
and
when you're
the same thing with the slide from the 3 up to the 5, but also the 0. I'm hearing more of the low G all the time.
So are you strumming or plucking?
I'm trying to pluck.
So I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a minute. I'm going to show you guys something. And I'm just going to check the chat. Is that version on your website? It will be soon. I've been really enjoying playing Red River Valley. I think it's because of you can keep it slow and add this stuff. Now, our thumb is strong, right? So Barb, when you're saying that you're hearing the open third string more than anything else, it's because our thumbs are amazing and they're strong. So what you're going to have to do is focus on keeping a little lighter with your thumb and a little heavier with your fingers, a little louder with your fingers, and that balance should help. But let's take a look at some things you can do. You can even push down these strings a little bit. Okay. If you push down your strings before you pluck them, you'd be surprised at how much more volume you can get. What I would recommend you do, too, to help get that balance, is step outside of this song. I mean, at this point, this is our final copy, right? With all the different options that you can do just based on what we've talked about, right? But take just the chords. Okay, let's make your G chord. What I want you to do is pluck it, quiet, and try to make it so they all sound the same. You might find that you need to have a very light touch with your thumb. So I'm barely using the tip of my thumb, just the very side of it. I'm not digging in too much, just really light. And even when I get louder, now I'm going to be louder. Look at, see how you can see how I'm moving my strings. I'm really getting ready to pluck hard. Even then, just the very tip of my thumb. Because my thumb is strong, I can get a lot of volume out of it. So I don't use very much of it. So just take a minute, play whatever chord you want. I'm just sitting on the G because the song's in the key of G, right? Just the tip of the thumb. And you can see, like, I've got those long nails, right? But right now, I would say that my nail isn't even being used. So just keep that sort of positioning in mind. Sometimes people want to use a lot of their thumb. Just use a little bit, and that'll help, hopefully, balance it out a little bit more. Because that was a problem I had a lot of when I was first doing this sort of stuff, is having that balance. Because like I say, our thumbs are strong, you know, so you gotta give the fingers a little bit of a hand. Has anyone else found that their fourth string is overpowering their other strings? No? Well, Barb, you and I were in the same boat then, right? Like with having to watch how much thumb we use. But that's what I would suggest. So just the very, very edge of the thumb. Just so, and I did that so that I would be conscious of how much I was playing with it. You might be more comfortable with having more thumb on there. Oops. But just be aware of how much you're plucking. And that's hard, right? To pluck a little harder with the fingers than with the thumb. That's where you just like I say, practice chords outside of everything else. Just sit there and pluck them and see if you can work on that volume. All right.
I think it probably doesn't help because I've got two nails that are not long and the other one, they broke.
Oh.
So they're down below the skin, or
Yeah.
not the skin. I got nothing. So that might be it too.
Oh, that absolutely will make a difference.
Yeah.
When one of my nails breaks, I usually try to file them all down so they're all about the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, all right, let's play this again, hey? Does anyone else have any questions about what I talked about with the plucking?
When you slide from 3 to 5, I don't
Yep.
understand the timing of the pick on 5,000,000. Can you show me how you do that?
Yep. So I just want to share the screen and make sure that this is the right spot. So looking right here.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the one. Okay. So what I do is everything lands at the same time, but ultimately I am playing 3,000,000 right here. Okay. I'm playing 3,000,000 because I'm using that 3 to slide. So you hear that sound, and that 3 goes up quickly to 5, but I pluck everything at the same time. Does it make sense? It's tricky to get at first. I'm going to show you my hands now so that you can see that. Like if it makes sense, that's good. If it's not, then I just need to try to explain it differently. But watch this. So I pluck. I'll do it really slow. I pluck everything, and then I go up to 5. Everything else still rings out. When I go fast, all these little bits, these questions and refinements are awesome, because it means that you guys you're building tools like there's no tomorrow for playing these songs. Okay. So it's real quick, but I do pluck everything at the same time. What could be helpful when you get the music is to right here where I've got that one highlighted, in front of that little line, you might want to draw a 3 so that you know, slide quickly from 3 up to 5, but everything just lands on the one beat. Should we play through it again? Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So I will still have to scroll. That's okay. We'll be okay with the scrolling. Okay, so the picking for the intro, pluck 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3 for your strings. Nope, I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I was looking at the G chord numbers, got confused. All right, here we go. Nice and slow. 2, 3, and 4. And G chord. Now our strings. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. C chord. Same strings. I'm just plucking it with my fingers. Now it changes. We've got our D. Pluck strings 1 and 2. And then I just hit 2 again. Now D7. G. Now we just pluck. Just to kind of get us going. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, line 3 with our hammer on. Hammer on again. Filler notes of 2, 0, 2, 3 next lines. We're on line 4. And that slide is 3 to 5. Okay, now we'll talk more about the pull off there too, okay? But we'll carry on. Slide from to 5. Next line, hammer on. 2, 0, 3, 0, hammer on. Here comes that big fat slide to 5. I gotta scroll. Oh, there we go. D. D7. First ending. 2, 3 up to the hammer-ons there. Filler notes of 2, 0, 2, 3 next line. Slide to 5. 3, let's take our time there. Okay, hit that 2 and do a pull off to D7. Okay. Filler chord bits there. Slide to 5. Next line with the hammer-ons. C chord. Under the D. D7. Scroll to second ending, G. And then the fancy ending if you feel like it. It's really in free time, right? You do what you want with it. And that one, I wanted to put that fancy ending in because if you're playing any song in the key of G, ends on G, and you're looking for something a little bit to do, that's one of those fancy endings that can be nice to do. Just a little arpeggio. Okay, let's take a look back at this bar here. Okay, this is the busiest bar in the world, at least for this song right now. All right, we've got the first one where you've got your G chord. Now, you guys don't have to play the full G chord. I've just written them in, but you choose what works for you. Maybe when you're looking at all these, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't play that G chord all the time. It's hard on my fingers. Play the 4th string and the 1st string. That's okay, right? then the slide from 3 to 5. And when you come back down, what I'm doing is I'm coming back down with my third finger there, or whatever, third finger, second finger. I'm keeping a finger set aside for this pull off. Okay, so I usually use my middle finger there. I just do, and then I do a pull off with my middle finger. And then as I do that pull off, my finger flicks over and can comfortably make the D7 chord shape. So I use my third finger on my third fret, my second finger on my second fret, and that's how it works for me to land on that D7 comfortably. And just keep in mind these bits here, just something to keep the flow going on beats 2 and 3. Doesn't have to be this for you guys, it can be something else. Right? So I'm going to play this part here again. Okay, so I'm going to do that hammer on, slide to 5, back to 3, 2, 0, D7. Okay, so, and maybe when you do the pull off, if you're choosing to do the pull off, which you don't have to, the melody itself is 3 and 2. Maybe when you do the pull off, hitting the full D7 is kind of a pain. Maybe you just do, the top 3 strings and ignore the 4th string. Make it work for you guys. Add in the parts that you like, that make it your own, right? That's one of the things I'm always talking about, right? Make the song your own. Do what you want with it. Okay. So let's, I think we got time. Let's do it one more time, okay? I'm going back up to the intro, and maybe you want to play the full chords in the intro. Do that too. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and G, C. I threw in a hammer on there. See, you can add in hammer-ons there too. It's all good. Here we go. Filler notes, 2. Next line. Here comes a slide. Slide again. Bar 9 now under the G. Here's a C. Filler notes. And I scroll. There we go. Under the D. 2, 3, D7. G. Okay, we're on that first ending. Let's go back. 2, 3 under the G. Slide to 5. D7. And slide to 5. G. Filler notes. D. 2, 3, D7, hammer on. G. 2, 3, 4, fancy ending, free, time. Oh, that's fun. But like I say, do what you want with it. Oh, Paula, you like it, hey? It's fun, yeah. All right, one last time, I'm going to just sit and play it for you guys, the whole shebang, so that you can just relax with it. There, okay. And I'll probably add extra hammer-ons and stuff. Just play with it. So simple melody, right? Yeah, it's so much fun. So now you guys have got the level 1, 2, 3, and then this fancy version that basically just combines everything we've talked about over the last few weeks and notated it. But even then, you could hear I added in extra hammer-ons. Is that version? Oh yeah, right. I'll put it on my site pretty quick here. So I say go forth and have fun with this. Do as you wish with it. Add in hammer-ons, slides, fill it out with chords as much as you want. Play it the way you want to. And maybe you say to yourself, well, I just want to keep it simple and just play the melody with a few bass notes. Do it like that. Play it the way you want to, right? Have fun with it. So that's what I have to say about that. So I'm going to stop the live stream now.